Today, folks, in this one we're going to be working with the enemy animation controllers. We're going to be updating our game manager script and just doing a couple of teeny tiny changes to our enemy script. So let's get started. The first thing is the game manager script I have just linked here. So right now let's just copy this. All right, and then we're going to be going to our scripts folder, and then we're going to be going to game manager, and then just opening this up and pasting it in. Okay. I've actually already done this, so I'm not going to save it. Okay. Alrighty. So our next step is we're going to go to our animation controllers for the enemy. Okay. So now what's nice is that since we set it up so that enemy 2 is an animation override controller, we're only going to have to do this programming for one of them, because the only difference between enemy 1 and enemy 2, at least from a scripting perspective, is they're just going to be pointing at slightly different animations. So it's really nice that we did that, so we don't have to do this twice. We're basically going to follow the same process that we did for the player, except we only have one condition to account for. Let's go ahead and create a trigger. We'll call this enemy attack. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just make some transitions to the enemy 1 hit, and then make transition back. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do the transition out of the idle, and it's going to be that same process. Let's add a trigger. So we go ahead here, we added a condition, and then we'll get rid of has exit time, and then set this transition duration to 0. Okay, that's going to again just make it so that it goes boop, right when it happens. It doesn't let the idle animation sort of finish its thing. Now to transition out, we're going to do has exit time of 1, and then set this to sort of 0, and then that should work. Okay, and yeah, that should be it. Okay, so now we have to do the last thing is going to be just where I have the lines referenced in Schoology. We're going to be updating the enemy script. So let's go ahead and go to our enemy script, open it up in good old-fashioned text edit, and then let's go ahead and we're going to be adding just 2 lines of code. Basically, this will be set so that as far as the game manager knowing when to add an enemy to what's called a list, and then knowing as far as when to trigger the enemy attack animation. So let's go ahead where it says in the start function add the line. So if we look here, there is the start function right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make sure that this is in the in the thing here, and actually, darn it, I had already had this added. I'm sorry. So this might not be in your enemy script if it's not, add it. But this is the line you need to add as far as just here, game manager.instance, add enemy to list, and then this. Okay. The other one you're going to have to do is in the trigger. So this would be on the can't move function. Okay. So let's go ahead here to the can't move. There we go, and can't move. And then we're going to go ahead and this is the line you'll need to add there, which in this case, mine was already there. So I think maybe when I gave you the script of the enemy, it might have already been there. So anyways, that's it for this one, folks. Oh, no. We got to add the script to the enemies. So this is not that bad. So we go ahead and let's go ahead here, and let's go to our prefabs for our enemies, and we're going to select both of them. So let's select both of those. So I just did a click and then a shift click. And then we can go ahead here to add component, scripts, and then we're just going to add the enemy script to them. And what that's going to do is it's going to adjust it so that we have here as far as player damage and also the blocking layer. For enemy 1, I'm going to go ahead and set the player damage to 10, and then the blocking layer, we're going to select to blocking layer. Now for enemy 2, we're going to go here and we're going to make him the heavy hitter. So we're going to set the player damage to 20 and the blocking layer to blocking layer. Okay, that's it for this one, folks. The next one will be working with adding the UI and some other kind of stuff. All right, I wish you the best of luck. Good stuff.